My name's Joe. This is my wife and I's smart car we bought for a daily driver for me to get back and forth from work to our farm. It's a little dirty. We live on about 5 miles of gravel. I'm making this intro post. I'm gonna unlock it. I've already shot everything else. I've already put the intake in. But there's a couple things I forgot to mention. If I can get this thing to open. Okay, I didn't show how to get into the engine compartment, so I'll show you that real quick. There's a little clip here, a little clip here, and that thing pushes right on up. Let's see if I can get the flash on here. Getting into the engine compartment, we got a little WeatherTech mat. Super nice, saves a little bit of dust from the carpet. Move that to the side. This thing peels up. I believe this thing hooks over here. And we've got to use 2 hands for that too. Alright, so you got that up and out of the way. You'll notice in the video I have my hammer propped up here, keeping it more out of the way. After that, pull that little tab up there in the front. Give it a twist. You'll notice when it gets loose. Just pull it right on out. And there we go. So this is post installation, so you can see it's already gotten a little dirty. I have had no problems with this thing at all. It does on the interstate. This particular model doesn't have the turbo on it, so but we got the drop top, so it's kind of cool. But while you're on the interstate, you really don't have any passing power, and wind is a factor with these little cars. So being able to get around a semi when you need to is kind of an issue. So I was hoping to maybe put an intake on it and get just a little something, And there is a little something, but I think it's more on the from a stop sign, not so much top end. So either way, I can't complain. It's a good little car. It's fun to drive. I'm gonna see if I can't maybe find an exhaust maybe to put on it, and hell, I might even wind up putting a turbo in there. So throughout the video, I'm just using my camera on my phone. I'm no professional YouTuber, not a professional mechanic. I just use a lot of info from YouTube. I figured I'd give a little something back. So camera is not going to be perfect. You can see, I didn't mention this in the video, but the ram air back inside here is where the factory air was pulling. And I think it's I don't know if it's this vent on the side of the car helps. I don't know, whatever. It's still pulling cold air. It's not pulling hot air from this engine, so it does do a decent job. It's more wide open. It helps. It sounds cool. I mean, I wish I would have got a pre-install engine start so you could hear it. It is a different sound, but I hope this video helps you. If I forget something or mispronounce something, I don't know what all these parts are named. It just is what it is. I say this thing and that thing a lot. But if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Okay, first off, I took this factory hose off of here. I just grabbed onto this with my needle nose and pulled back. Hose came right off. Alright, next I'm gonna loosen that screw and that screw. Pull that sumbitch off of there. And then I already took these clips loose on each side. I'm gonna pull this off of here and get the air filter out. I think there's another clip on the back side too. Okay, so there was one more clip. It was right here. That little sucker. I just popped it off of there like that. Okay, now that thing really wants to come out a little easier. Pull that back. Pull that sumbitch out of there. So I got that off. It was much easier with two hands. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this bitch off of here all the way. Parts pile going. Okay, so next I'm going to take off that screw down here. Oh, help me get this plastic piece off. I'm just using a little 1/4 inch 7mm. And put it right down on here and get her loose and see what happens. So this bolt right here, that's worth its weight in gold. Trying to get it out sucked so fat. Okay, so the one bolt holding this sumbitch in, if you look on the back side here, okay, you see this nut right here? That sumbitch right there, on the back side of it, underneath there, that's where the bolt head is. That's where this goes in. So it's sticking up in there like that. So that is a T30, and there's not a whole lot of room. This guy gets in the way, so you have to have a real skinny headed ratchet, which I got this one. Luckily it folds and moves around. I tried every damn one of my ratchets. A little short one so you have room to swing it around, that didn't work. A little bit longer one, that didn't work. I tried this swiveling son of a bitch, it didn't work. But either way, this is what I wound up using. It is a two-handed, half-an-hour job to get that son of a bitch out. Good luck. All right, I'm gonna pull this plastic crap out of here and get going. I got it popped loose from there. Pulled the air filter out. I think there's a clip on the bottom too, so when I pull it out, this popped up, and there must be a clip under there somewhere. So once that popped up, it was able to pull out from the intake there. So I'm going to take these two bolts out here, take this air filter holder out, and hopefully that'll give me enough room to get the rest of this crap out of here. Need to interrupt this video for a little animal inspiration. This is Lenny. Lenny's my big buddy. He's only got 3 legs. Huh. He's my homeboy. Yeah. He broke his leg when he was young, and it atrophied, so we had to take it off. But luckily, goats are more balanced on their front hooves, so he's been doing well. But he's getting older, so he doesn't hang out with the herd for feeding time. He makes his way on over here to these two. This is his herd. He fucking loves these guys. So there's one little hole that only a goat can fit through. There he goes. All right. Now he gets to come eat with his horses. Oh, bud. Yeah. He prefers the horses over the other goats. Probably just so he can have more to eat. So, there you go, baby. But, there you go. Alright, get back to work. Well, I had to give up the other night. It was getting cold and rainy and windy. This thing had me frustrated like hell. So, on the 09s, this engine compartment here, you can see how big the opening is. I mean, my hand is damn near as big as the opening. So, get the plumbing loose, get the airbox loose, but there's not enough room in here to get either one of them the hell out of there. I had looked into taking this off, but apparently that is got a transmission, like a shifter sensor solenoid gear thing. Not something I'm going to take off. I think there's gears exposed, so that's not an option. You can see on these 09s, this thing forms down and around everything in here, so it doesn't give you the the room to get out of this spot. Regardless, I fought with it enough. I read on a couple forums that they had to hack this thing up, so what I'm gonna do is give her a chop right here with this little fella right here, and see if that makes this job a little easier. I guess if I had to go back to factory, I've read I can go with the 08 version of this tube, which is about 100 times easier. So see how this goes. Well, that was simple. Probably took me 10 seconds to cut that neck off. This some bitch right here. So one simple cut, came right the hell out. One thing I did forget to mention earlier was I stuffed a paper towel, some napkins and stuff in there, just so you didn't get all that debris and everything from the very beginning, because I drive on a little gravel, so I'm trying to keep all the dirt out of there. God damn, I think we're about ready. All right, see that we got the air box out. I think I'm ready to start installing the new stuff, which hopefully will go okay. First off, I'm gonna grab my shop vac and get all this debris I have created and some of the dirt. Try and keep anything from getting in that intake. Sorry for all the road noise. So I went with the engine brand intake system. Let's have a look here. I've already opened the box, obviously. I can show you pretty much what comes in her. So the parts, pretty self-explanatory. Connects the hose to the intake, connects the filter to the hose. Not a whole lot to it. Some instructions, some pretty detailed instructions. Only shit thing is the disassembly part, they show an 08 on there. Mine's an 09, and obviously more of a pain in the ass than the 08. Anyways, got ourselves a pretty sweet little tube there and a filter. So here we go. I am going to go step by step through these instructions, so I'll show it all to you. One thing I didn't mention before was how well it was actually packaged. Everything was wrapped really nice. They did a good job on the shipping part. Nothing was damaged. I think it was a big enough box. Nothing really could be damaged unless it got ran over. Either way, first thing they want us to do is attach the filter to our new intake tube. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then move on to the next step. Okay, next they want us to put this this hose connector onto the throttle body, and then our intake tube will go onto that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this sucker worked on here. Probably want to take time and think about if you need to loosen this again or not. So I'm going to be using this little 1/4-inch drive shallow socket, so I'll probably have them facing up like that, because that's always going to be easy for me to get to. But depending on what tools you think you're going to use, now's the time to think of that, probably. Alright, I'm going to get this sucker on here quick. We'll move on. Our next step, they want us to add this little mount here. It's just rubber. They call it a Vibra mount. So we're going to be mounting that right here where this bolt is. So this bolt, if you follow my finger, and this bolt, they hold on this brace here that was holding up the factory tubing to the throttle body, which we don't need anymore. It isn't doing anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and take this whole damn thing out, and then put that Vibra mount right here, and see if it works out for me or not. Maybe this thing will fall apart. Okay, that brace came out pretty damn easy. You can see where that little I don't know what you call those, pops into the back of this old bastard. So that's how it was in the engine. On the other side, it's got this This little guy right there. That sumbitch popped right in there. That was it. The whole meaning of that brace. It came out easy. That bottom bolt, I went ahead and put back in there and tightened up just to keep it from gathering dust and crap and maybe corroding later. So up here, we put the Vibra mount on. It just spins on hand tight. I can't get it any tighter than that. So next we're going to be putting in the tube and the filter. So I'll sit in there like that. I'm going to need 2 hands. I guess that Vibra mount is going to, well, I still got that on there. You'll see in a minute. This edge off here. I'm trying to keep it clean. I'm just a mess. That'll be sitting in there like so. And that Vibra mount will mount, or this will actually be sitting on the Vibra mount. So see how she works. Okay, so here we have it installed. Well, it's in there anyways. Went ahead and got this good and tight. You will need 2 hands to push this in. It's not terrible, but you need a little lead in your pencil for that. So I'll go ahead and tighten that. As far as the Vibra mount, it's going to take the washer that came along with it and this nut. We'll tighten that up, and well, shit, I guess we got to put this hose on too. But we're about 5 minutes from starting this beast up. All right, I think this sucker's ready to go. I got those 2 tightened down, hose put back on, Vibra mount tightened up, filter on and tightened up. Everything's in place. Looks like the Vibra mount actually vibrates a little bit, keep it from knocking around, hopefully. But I guess we're down to the moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Okay. Sorry, I had some stuff in working on some other projects on this beast. Wait for this car to go by. All right, here we go. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you see it? Is it working? It's running. It's running. I only have a tire light and an airbag light, so that's good, right? Ooh, listen to it. You can hear the fucking difference. I didn't. Woo! That had to have added a good 50 horsepower. We're going to stand this thing up now. All right. Well, I appreciate you watching. I was hoping to help somebody out. There wasn't a whole lot of help for me when I was looking to put this sucker on. Let me know in the comments or whatever if you notice anything I needed to change or something that would have been easier, you know, to help somebody else. Like I said, I'm no mechanic. I will give a little bit of an update after we get some miles on this thing and let you know how it's running. All right. I wasn't gonna do this portion of the video where we go driving around, but this is its maiden voyage since we got the new intake on there, and it just sounded too cool, so I'm gonna try and let you listen. I really hope you can hear that. I'm gonna roll up the window. It did not sound like that before. I'm not really sure just what's going on right now, but I had to share. My caveman brain thinks it's going faster. It's probably not.